Yours truly, Adrian H. Dragan on the march. Yours truly, rebirthing with every step, every push-up, every hack, every squat as Adrian Hana Dragan. Yours truly, Androgynous, pansexual founder of the dancing goddess and the Dragon Empire in this marching dance art. And be marching towards thee. Marching towards the sun, the king. Of course, for world peace. International security. By securing global freedom. Freedom needs to be defined, right? It's a double-edged sword. Too heavy for me to lift with these tiny hands. Surely gonna need some help with it from a willingly loving, perhaps, sister, friend, teacher. As Western civilization for the past decades, years, hundreds of years, decades, has been, of course, struggling, and all humanity for that matter. Let it be known, understood that I'm a non-sectarian, universal, all willingly loving, can join the dancing goddess and the Dragon Empire. Yours truly, Adrian Hana Dragan, has founded during this COVID as have died. It's a non-sectarian. Universal revolutionary centrist. Based in philosophy, social political philosophy. Yours truly, Adrian H. Born, struggled with pain, loneliness, suffering, illness, chronic illness, precarious employment. My own homosexuality, bisexuality. I wasn't in the open till about 7 years ago. $13.3 years took me to finally be out in the open, to admit it. Say, yes, I am bisexual, pansexual. Some things we don't like to admit. Some things, if we leave crooked in the dark, such as our vices or XYZ. Or we breed germs, disease, and microbes. Those Rite, tough to admit, or yours truly, many others, who can fight in the larger battle of freedom, a 7-letter word which I've tattooed here. If I had some money, although I'm broke, financially struggling, 10,000 in debt, but my rap career picks off, they're gonna turn this into a gymnasium for the youth with a pool and a spa or something. Some things are hard to admit, right? When I say, well, as long as with the COVID mask, I don't mind it, because having studied, learned, and observed my own natures and my own experiences, I can surely say that we all wear different masks at a different point in time. What because XYZ we want to get a better job, We want to be liked. And of course, adherence to a social group and a community is part of our nature, part of our human nature. Right? So that's why when it comes to being LGBTQ, it took me 13.3 years. Only 7 years ago, came out in the open and participated in a few pride parades. It's hard to admit. Right? We deceive ourselves. We make excuses. We act in a certain way. Right? It's not easy. Love, L-O-V, a four-letter word, right? Coupled with freedom. Freedom. What is freedom if it's not insured or secured? I was thinking of criminality. Now, I've done wrong, I'm not perfect. I have vices, issues, mistakes. I've been through suicidal, I've been through depression. Addictions. And some people, of course, will try to exploit that in others. Reminds me about a year ago, I've gotten an email. In a parallel life, science, innovation, and technology would have been a chosen path, albeit divergent, unless there's some more workouts. Unless somehow a future me, the one that in a parallel life chose science, innovation, and technology and grew up in a different country, say Germany, and was excelled in science, innovation, and technology, and got a grant to go to the University of Haifa or universities of science and technology in Israel in his early 20s, and then in that parallel life where I would have been a great science, innovation, and technology would have been my path, and satellite telecommunications, and probably invented a time machine or something. Now I'm reconnecting with one that was a path of struggle, pain, experiencing dark aspects of human nature, of ourselves, of the emotional, the irrational, which is as important, because it's easily not admitted. See, I'm looking at those towers there. They are, of course, cell phone towers, telecommunication towers. How much do I really know? Well, from observation, I can say they're about 3 to 6 feet. I look to have cables. The cables go where? Where do they connect? East, south, northwest. On the ground connected to what? To computers. What type of computers? So we can ask questions. Just like on COVID. See a beautiful sunset. Beautiful sunset That's where I'm heading. Towards the sunset. I'm gonna be working out while marching. That was a beautiful black and white dog. You have beautiful blue eyes. So yours truly now is marching towards sunset, going on the street called Westminster in Hawk Island, Montreal. This march is dedicated to the Dragon and the Dancing Goddess, and the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Empire are a non-sectarian empire. Everybody, all ALL willingly loving can join. I'm in debt to that bank there that has that lion at the corner, you can see. Past it, just past it. About 10,000. And I'm about minus 500. About 500 bucks. 499.50. $499.50. Oh, my sister loaned me $3 to get melon. I ran out, otherwise I would have had the backpack with a melon in it. Or it gave me rain checks. Anyway, so for my allies and armies, I got no money, financially struggling. During COVID, I had 3 essential works. I enjoyed them paradoxically. The priestess, as was a priestess of the goddess, many lifetimes. Enjoyed the enjoyed working with the elderly. I was mindful and grateful that due to them, having worked, struggled, thought, sweated out blood, sweat and tears for us to have a social security net. And for yours truly to survive with chronic unemployment, with chronic disease and illness too. Get a paycheck from the government in order to pay rent, buy food. Reminds me of the struggle in the past years. These libraries of the city of Montreal, Hawk Island, you're truly suffering. Lonely on these streets. The libraries, this Hawk Island, formerly known as Montreal, became my second home, where I read thousands of books. The books became my close friends. I said, invite all willingly loving. Struggle and attain world peace, international justice by securing global freedom and attaining harmony between civilization and nature. And the dragon and the sun, may my allies be blessed to be able to do millions of push-ups, millions of squats, millions of hawks, millions of marching steps. And from the goddess that dances with her brother's son, and his big sister is the infinite stars, infinite space thereof. A billion kisses, hugs, rubs, tickles from the goddess. trillions. If 1 billion has 1,000 million, that means that a trillion has 12 zeros, right? So that will be 1,000 billion. 1 trillion is 1,000 billion. I was having a discussion, remember, years ago with somebody about, I blessed them, they were young, starting at McGill University, and they were discussing, and we entered in a conversation before COVID, and I gave them a blessing. I said, I bless you both so that you'll be able to, after you graduate, or not, doesn't necessarily mean that graduation, land your job there. Sometimes nepotism is still alive and well. Isn't that a fact, mister? I've dealt with many organizations. It's better to than gossip or discussing people to discuss ideas. I got vices, I got flaws, I got issues. Just ask. You need to dig my past. I'm pretty open about it. I lost a lot of memory being hit with a black sword a few years ago, but paradoxically, developed, acquired savant syndrome. I'm learning new skills. I'm a universal revolutionary centrist, Adrian H. The dragon born, many incarnations, many past lives. 156 years ago, down that way. You're welcome. Down that way, 718 miles. 156 years ago, down that way, down south. Served in the U.S. Army. Twice was an American born in the USA. Asking Biden now, as I'm whispering to him some bizarre time travel stuff. So he's almost close to bursting laughter in the past days, weeks, and months as he's giving speeches.
We're on a trick.
Look at that beautiful. I heard from that person was something about beautiful blue, bro. So I agree. Should look up more times, more often. The sky is a beautiful blue, and the sun is red and rising, red and setting. And the sun is always rising, always setting. Somewhere in the world now. Yours truly in this hot island, Montreal. Years in this road, streets, throughout this island, which is now known as Hawk Island, formerly known as Montreal, multi-ethnic, multicultural. The west is more English, the east, after the so-called main street, St. Lawrence, it's more French, although yours truly is also French-Canadian. I love the French language. It's not a problem for me. Oh, there's the mystery election. We're having an election. In a parallel life science, innovation and technology, although I'm the founder of the Phoenix People's Party, the Universal Revolutionary Centrist Party for World Peace. One of the electors there, that was a big poster, was actually an astronaut. In a parallel life. Anyways, so whispering to Biden some things which perhaps best to be kept on a personal level. Nonetheless, yours truly on this March, beautiful sunset. Wow. Sun is always rising, always setting somewhere in the world. Wow. And that is just beautiful. Beautiful. So we're going to continue recording in this March. It's going to probably go dark, so. Yesterday was more than 5.5 hours. The video is going to be posted by Friday. Now perhaps Friday at 3 p.m. EST, Hawk Island. Heat wave continues. It has reached 31 degrees. It's still about 30. With the humidity factor, feels like 37. Feels like 37. Paradoxically, I thrive in the heat. I don't mind it at all. Gonna take a deviation here. I don't mind the heat. As much as I love a good sun. Good sun. Summer. Hot sunny day. Don't mind a storm, don't mind thunder, lightning, paradoxically. Now I'm marching west, north in Hawk Island, Montreal. This is what's known as Montreal West. Coming from NDG, what is known as the Saint Jacques Boulevard. The Saint Jacques Boulevard. So this March, I'm going to be working out a bit here and there, doing some squat hawks. Yesterday we found a great spot. We're in the headquarters of the Dancing Goddess in the Dragon Empire, which is Hawk Island, Montreal, but specifically one of the 3 peaks known as Mount Royal. Mount Royal, at the center south of the island. There's a peak called Mount Royal. The other peak is called Outremont, literally other mountain, and the other one is Westmount, which I passed through and I've recorded, and you see past videos. Of course, is the richest, most affluent financially, not necessarily in talent or merit, neighborhood inn. Rock Island, Montreal. Right. Some of the wealth, of course, is second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh generation. Some of them are nouveau rich, new rich, acquired by hard work, merit, and talent. Some is daddy, granddaddy, great, granddaddy money. Philosophy, or the motto, philosophy of the Dragon Army, which yours truly has founded, calling all willingly loving and to join, support the creation thereof, from mobilizing 1% of citizenry. Look at those big buildings. Wonder how many people need food security, are late on their rent. XYZ%. Anyways, the motto of the Dragon Army is nobody is born a dragon. You become one. Not even yours truly. Born with, under the name Adrian H. Dragan. Not a dragon because of a surname. Matter of fact, besides my sister, who's a friend teacher, also got much family, but all those others willingly loving to be my family. But I've been on my own for many years, struggled, pained, suffering, blood, sweat, and tears, literally. Nobody is born a dragon is the motto of the Dragon Army. You can be an ally, a supporter. We'll do some squat hawks here. Never done squat hawks here, so might be a good place. These big residential buildings, once a week, bi-weekly, with a few dragons, you can secure food, housing, and transport. Nobody is born a dragon. It's the mighty that embodies a philosophy, morality, and ethics, and is what the Dragon Army, Dragon Empire is about. This is the motto. Nobody is born a dragon. You will to become one. And just like yours truly born with a surname Dragan, D-R-A-G-A-N, only through thousands, millions of marching steps, millions of marching steps. Wearing these running shoes that my friend teacher oftentimes, teacher, the one I love and call sister, got me. Mostly wearing red, official color of the Dragan army and the Dragan Empire.
You're my sister, so I really thought you are Dragan.
And it embodies the ethos philosophy, even spirituality, if you will. Nobody is born a dragon. So let's analyze it a little bit. Meaning what? And this, of course, you can be an ally, a citizen, a supporter of the Dragan Empire. But the Dragan army are those who are going to be able to perform the general war. Integrated total body training system. Those 7 words: general war, integrated total body training system, aka the 300 workout within the rules. The rules are this: you got 93 minutes, that's an hour and a half and 3 minutes. 93 minutes to do 100 push-ups, 100 squats, 100 hocks, 100 for each of the aforementioned. That's what's known colloquially as the 300. However, the maximum amount allowed per set is 13 reps. So it's 13 repetitions per set. So it is 13 repetitions per set, 3 minimum or anywhere in between. I have been keeping the formula of 10 times 10. 10 times 10 is an easy count. 10 times 10 gives you 100. So you do 10 reps per set. You got to do 10 sets. There's no rules except for that it's 13 maximum reps per set and 3 minimum, so you can do anywhere in between. 13, 3, those are the numbers that go together to remember. 93 for the minutes, the time allotted for you to do and complete 100 push-ups, 100 squats, 100 hogs, just as you see me doing in the videos called General War Integrated Total Body Training System. aka the 300 workout. A maximum 13 reps, minimum 3. There's a minimum requirement of marching, jogging, walking fast pace. That minimum requirement is 31 seconds. In theory, you could do 13 push-ups, jog for 13 minutes, do 13 squats, then do 31 minimum. It's not regimented there. The rules are simple. 4 basic rules. The time allotted to do the General War Integrated Total Body Training System. You got 93 minutes to do 100 push-ups, 100 squats, 100 hops. $100 for each. 100 squats, 100 push-ups, 100 hocks. Push-ups, hocks, squats, 100 for each. We're gonna be going to the back. So those are the rules. I just gotta be a little bit of extra careful, since you never know, people are tired backing up with the truck. Although I'm wearing red, it's night, you might not see me, so gotta put me in a position in order to be able to deviate to the left or to the right. So best in such a circumstance to, of course, choose the more extremes than go in the back, just in case. And you never know. That's better be prudence. So, the General War Integrated Total Body Training System. His rules are this. You got 93 minutes. 93 minutes. 93 minutes to do 100 push-ups. 100 squats and 100 hocks. A maximum of 13 and minimum of 3. Keep those in numbers in mind. They go together. Maximum 13, minimum 3. Maximum 13 reps per set, minimum 3. Anywhere in between, you can do 10, 7, 8, 9, whatever the number is. I've been choosing 10 times 10 is easy count. However, there is a minimum requirement of integrating the cardio in it. And you gotta march, jog, walk, fast pace, run for 31 seconds. Those are the rules. 4 essential elemental rules, and the 5th element, do it willingly and with love. So the motto of the Dragon Army: anybody can be an ally, supporter, citizen, subject of the Dragon Empire, which is one empire with the dancing goddess. The dancing goddess, the Dragon Empire, one empire under the sun, under the stars on earth. For world peace, international justice, global freedom, and attaining harmony between civilization and nature by securing the 3 elements of civilization. Those 3 elements are food, housing, and transport by a public-private partnership. So back to the rules of the General War Integrated Total Body Training System. Those 7 words: General War Integrated Total Body Training System, colloquially shortly known as the 300 workout. Those are the rules. Simple rules, effective, efficient, and simple. It trains your whole body. Keep in mind, it was designed, created, and produced to go hand in hand with a World War III scenario, which in a nearly paradoxical, providential way resembles the COVID-19 health and financial crisis. I'm gonna get back to that. I'm gonna finish on the motto briefly. Nobody's born a dragon, meaning that it's something that you attain, you achieve. So we've secured freedom. The Dragon Army ensure freedom by securing the 3 elements of civilization: food, housing, and transport. Once you have secured these 3 locally in North America, then we can encourage people to work out, train, volunteer, exercise, do community work. Keep hygienic in public. I'll do some squats. One more. Oh yeah, one more. Oh, I feel good. So securing those 3 elements of civilization. After we have secured those 3, that will secure freedom. And to attain harmony between the public and the private domain, of course. In private, sure, Dragon watches a little bit of porn. I lust, I'm not perfect. But in private, I guess I could spend my time grabbing my nuts and scratching my clit dick. Anywho, in the public domain, which is this, where yours truly, who streets, Dragan army streets, who streets, Dragan army streets, in public. Although I want to see people working out, training, exercising throughout the empire, an empire of love and action, love with action, not just blah 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 love. Spend years, organizations, blah 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 proposals. People afraid of their own fucking shadows and ashamed of their lusts. Who can live the sword of freedom. It's a hard thing, freedom, isn't it? It's not easy. It's a 7-letter word that is hard to admit. And feelings and emotions matter as much as mathematical logic, which perhaps dominated and will dominate this life. Passion for yours truly, and in a parallel life, science, innovation and technology intersecting perhaps from across time, lines from the future. Grew up in Germany and immigrated to Israel as being part Ashkenazi. Securing freedom by securing the 3 elements of civilization: food, housing, and transport. A public-private partnership in public domain, which is this, and I'm marching. Can encourage people to work out, train, exercise, keep hygienic. We can get dirty, brothers and sisters. I love to get dirty myself with consent. I'm pansexual. I don't hide my sexuality. It has been part of my being. Blood, sweat, and tears. 13.3 years to admit. Yep, I'm a pansexual, bisexual. No need to dox me. I'm revolutionary Adrian Dragan, universal revolutionary centrist. Keep my holy, sacred, and divine name out of your mouth if it's not for a blessing. Yeah, I've been politely warned. For my enemies may be centers of pestilence. Beautiful blue sky. So that person who passed who said blue, something blue bro, beautiful blue bro. Indeed, looking up at the sky. It's indeed beautiful. A beautiful blue sky. Shades of blue, I should say. Not many stars are visible, but they're there, right? Many, many, many stars. From the infinite space, infinite star goddess who kisses her sister, who dances with her brother's son. My name being reborn, Adrian, Dragan, may my allies, armies, be blessed with millions of kisses, joys, marching steps, loves, kisses. The body is a temple for purpose and for pleasure. Beautiful blue sky. This is like painting, and Mother Nature is indeed the greatest artist. At least in my opinion. At least in my opinion. Passing the intersections. It is sunset, beautiful sunset. I was, and meditating, of course, that the sun is rising somewhere now, and it's actually the sun is rising over Korea, both South and North Korea, and China as well, and Japan, and Malaysia, Vietnam, Thailand, Laos, Nepal, Australia, New Zealand, basically those countries. It's getting closer to India and Afghanistan. I'm gonna wrap a little bit of the thoughts on the motto, the Dragan army. Before to continue, I want to say a great quote which inspired in many ways the motto, although it's inspired by my experiences and suffering in blood, sweat and tears, and my own delusions and my own so-called weaknesses. And sexuality has been, is, and will be a major part of my life. Sexual freedom and liberation through understanding our natures, because we differ, right? Some people might find some things disgusting. Others are willing to try it and experiment and perhaps struggle to XYZ. But nonetheless, it has not come in the past decades without blood, sweat and tears for me personally. And for us, North America, Western civilization as a whole. As a whole. Wonder how much these soldiers, how much time with a few Dragan soldiers securing food, housing and transport for those buildings. Let's do some squats, Hawks. Getting night now, so this is called Cavendish Boulevard. It's a big boulevard called Cavendish. There's the election. Trudeau, who's the Prime Minister now. My message to the leaders of the free world: type, 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 type. If you're an ally, army, and may you be blessed. Kisses, kisses, love, hugs, hugs if you type this. A message to the leaders of the free world. Simple, straightforward, my messages drop down and give Dragan 013 push-ups with love and for the sake of world peace. God in my heart, H-A-D. Star goddess, infinite space, infinite stars above who kisses little sister, this mother earth right here, who dances with her brother sun. Vigor, vigor, vigor. I know a point of water about 15 to 22 minutes from here. I'm now crossing border in Bailey, but if they Pegasus my iPhone, which my statement on Pegasus has been, is, and will be the Trinity on Pegasus. First and foremost, I want to state that all unwarranted, abusive, or for selfish purposes use of the Pegasus software is unwelcome, should be avoided, and is unethical and should not be. Second, I do believe that Israel's NSO group, that basically that Pegasus was created for the greater good. For the greater good. Third, I will to call on Pegasus, NSO, and all security, public and private security organizations in the West, NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, member states, countries, to only use Pegasus for the mission, vision, and philosophy of the Dragan army, to secure the three elements of civilization: food, housing, and transport by a public-private partnership. Once we have secured these three, we can encourage people to volunteer, train, exercise, work out. Encourage people to stay hygienic in public, which is this domain here, the public domain of the dancing goddess and the Dragan Empire. This is public domain, where yours truly, Dragan Zero, is marching now for world peace, international justice, for global freedom by securing the three elements of civilization: food, housing, and transport, by public-private partnership, and the creation of a global central bank by material debt refusion put into action and practice, refusing all public and private debt. Refusing all public and private debt. My private is $10,000. The guy with the car there in the white car, he's X1, and we're thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of X's. If I'm X1 and you're X2, then all the X's and that's the private debt. Private debt. Heatwave indeed. Look at my sweaty face. However, I thrive in it. Paradoxically, I love it. And of course, the private, that if it's X1, then you're X, if I'm X1, you're X2, and so on and so forth. There's tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, hundreds of millions who are in debt, private, across Canada, US, Germany, NATO member countries, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, because first and foremost, of course, I'm addressing and inviting all willingly loving worldwide, but first from Hawk Island, Montreal, then Canada, North America, throughout the Americas, the American pan-continent, pan-Americanist, Europe, NATO member countries, of which NATO North Atlantic Treaty Organization member countries are 30 countries, calling Israel to be the 31st ASAP, perhaps as soon as I post this video, even before tonight by midnight, maybe 3 p.m. tomorrow. And so the private debt, X1, X2, X3, whatever the number is, to be refused. So taking all that numbers, all those X's, my X, if I'm X1, you're X2, and so on, hundreds of millions, and X and Y, if the letter Y is the private. Private is the municipality of Montreal, Hawk Island, Canada, the nation states, Canada, US, Germany, Israel, so on and so forth. So all X's, all Y's, the dancing goddess and the dragon empire, which are one empire under the sun and the stars on earth. So all the public and the private debt, taking that number, whatever it is, and with that number in US dollars, financing the global central bank, the bank of the dragon and the goddess, in order to issue on the Phoenix People's Party, the anti-war, anti-poverty, anti-racism, pro-love, universal, revolutionary centrist body. Universal revolutionary centrist body. Universal revolutionary centrist body, creating the global central bank by biometrics. The voice, the eye, and the fingerprints are unique biometrics to issue a universal global love exchange. A great reset. Or the Dragan army securing food, housing, and transport by all public and private food distribution organizations and technology corporations. Secure those three. Guess now I can do squat hacks in the light. So refusing all private and public debt. Creating a universal unit of exchange. By biometrics. And the refusion of the debt of the private and the public debt, and taking the number of whatever the amount of debt is, it's trillions of dollars. So taking the number, refusing it, whatever that number is, using that as a credit to finance the new world order of peace, the national justice, global freedom, secured global freedom by securing those three elements via this public-private partnership. Food, housing and transport for all to be secured by the Dragan army. And afterwards, by securing this, we will be ready for the next pandemic, the future generations. We can encourage people to work out, train, exercise, learn, and integrate. Integrate. Since 1984, there has been specialization, a lot of divisions. So on my marches, I've been asking a lot of construction workers, my brothers and sisters working in construction, a few questions. What's that cable for? How does it go underground? This and that. To learn, to see how we are interdependent. There's love in action and just blah blah blah. So when yours truly, Dragan Zero, is on the march. Hugs, rubs, massages, lots of massages for my armies, whether the dancing goddess or the dragon. Lots of loving of that, not blah blah blah. To all willingly loving. No force, nobody. This we gotta secure: food, housing, and transport, and the public-private partnership. And also to attain balance between the public and the private. As much as now as I'm marching, I want to see people working out, making love even. I am also for legalizing drugs. To a certain extent, of course. Speaking about cannabis, cocaine, speed. Speed cocaine, ecstasy, those drugs. I'm actually calling for an amnesty to those who have been incarcerated due to drugs. On war on drugs should be war on terrorism, and our enemies of the dancing goddess and the Dragon Empire, enemies of freedom. But first at home, we gotta secure and ensure freedom. I've made mistakes. I've been given second, third chances everybody deserves. On record, perhaps in the past and recently, I've heard perhaps people in words and communication, in language, perhaps misinterpreted. I've made more than likely in the past, as a youth, as an adolescent, as a adult. Some more squat hawks. And we continue marching. So, like I said, of my own struggles that I've been through. I'm not without vices, not without struggles on the daily. Sometimes I'm extremely pissed off and upset that I can't afford a massage and I'm sore from all these workouts, training and exercising, which has been, is, and will continue to be medicine and therapy for yours truly. As I believe it is for many, since my fitness journey began about 3 years ago, lost more than 72 pounds. Have been, am, and will call for the mass financing and encouragement and incentivizing of my brothers and sisters who are willingly living to work out, train, exercise, and an active lifestyle. Has been, is, and will be medicine and therapy for yours truly. I believe it is so for many. So they encourage people to work out, train, exercise. The body is a temple for purpose and for pleasure, both purpose and pleasure. Not to be seen even in a spiritual way as something to be rejected, but something to be understood. When a physical, spiritual, psychological, that trinity, understanding of the body and of our own natures, because we differ in natures and experiences and XYZ. And the dancing goddess and the Dragan Empire was one empire under the sun and stars on earth. What will make us, and the equality will be that we secure freedom by this new world order of this new justice, by this new public-private partnership between civilization and nature, between the individual and the collective, which has been a painful road, especially in the past decades of Western civilization and the world for that matter, to attain the 7-letter word FREEDOM. I got it secured and insured at home here in Canada, Hawk Island, Montreal, North America. The Americans are our ally, NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization. And of course, freedom is a double-edged sword. So taking the public and the private debt. And again, I'm gonna go back in time a little bit. The birth of the General War Integrated Total Body Training System, aka the 300 workout, the Dragan Empire. This is a good place to do some more squawks. Maybe not. Not enough light. So back in 2019, back in 2019. Yours truly, world peace advocate, independent student, scholar of civilizations, wars, and geopolitics, an independent security analyst and theorist. After taking into consideration the US-China trade war began by the Trump administration in 2018, the arrest of Meng Wanzhou, December 1st, 2018, the chief financial officer, Meng Wanzhou aka Cathy Meng, by the Canadian RCMP, Royal Canadian Mounted Police, in order to honor an extradition treaty with the United States of America, which subsequently triggered the arrest of Michael Spavor and Michael Covert, two Canadian nationals detained on charges in espionage, in which Michael Spavor was recently convicted 2 weeks ago and given 11 years in prison. And historical events such as Pearl Harbor made me create the new training program. As I was saying in my mind, that we, Western civilization and the world for that matter, we are on a path to World War III after those events. The US-China trade war began. I need to go hydrate a bit. Be hydrating some water. Hopefully it's I have to wait a bit because it's really hot. So now it's ready. Next water point will be a few miles off, so better hydrate some more. Since I'm not sure I'm gonna cross another point of water for a few miles, maybe more than an hour, we'll drink a little bit more. Continuing the march. Can't afford a GoPro, so I'm taking the laptop, big and black, and moving about. There's something I gotta give to the trash though. I mean, throw it in the garbage. And we continue marching. Throw this away. So back in 2019, alarmed by what's transpiring in the world, I've taken that into consideration. The aforementioned, and I've created the General War integrated total body training system. Those 7 wars they get a 300 workout to go hand in hand with this World War III scenario. Since I was saying from my analysis as a world peace advocate, paradoxically, but also as a student scholar of history, war, civilization, and independent security analyst and theorist, I was saying we are on a path to World War III. And so I created the General War Integrated Total Body Training System. Designed, made and created to go hand in hand with the World War III scenario, which in a paradoxical providential way resembles the COVID-19 health and financial crisis. See, this is called the carry. This links the highways, and if you go that way, that is where I'm pointing now is south. If I turn, that is north. So that's north, where you see now it's north going towards the north, and that way is going towards the south. I mean the vision, because it's north and south. So the ones coming with the lights, cars are going north, and the ones that are going, they're going south to the border, US. So we gotta have to trust the Dragan army will have to secure all transportation, public and private, food, housing and transport by a public-private partnership. I saluted the city workers there, working hard. It must be hard for them on this heat wave. Imagine if they would have collapsed the pile of garbage all around the city of Hawk Island. On the city of Hawk Island. I've actually reached my old neighborhood. of CDN cut des Neiges, CDN, which is merged with NDG. I live in NDG, but a few miles from here, but this is my old neighborhood. Spent a few years here. A lot of years of struggle, pain, and suffering. Precarious work, struggling with addiction, loneliness, depression, you name it. One of the most multicultural, multiracial, multi-ethnic. It's paradoxically the poorest neighborhood in Hawk Island, Montreal. Financially, not necessarily in karma or talent or merit, but there is a class classification, stratification, and of the Hawk Island, Montreal, and the world for that matter, right? Well, somebody's good at playing sports, that's good. A little bit of exercise, although on his heat wave, can understand that. It's affecting a big majority. One more day of the heat wave tomorrow. So when I've created the General War Integrated Total Body Training System, of which I've performed 213 sessions now, initially had set up to do 300 sessions of the General War Integrated Total Body Training System. 300 minus 213 is 87. Somebody had made a passageway here, see? It's a beautiful mural, see? Beautiful, well made. I like it. So this is my old neighborhood. Not that far, a few miles away. Those are new buildings though. See? New residential buildings there. It's a mixed, very multi-ethnic, multiracial, like myself, and multi-ethnic. Big Jewish population like myself, part Ashkenaz. Still hot. Well, it's still summer also officially. Summer ends 21st of September. Still a few more weeks of summer officially. Don't mind the heat. I'm at the corner of Plamondon and Aleph. Westbury in Plamondon. My old neighborhood. A few years lived here, moved a few years ago. Doesn't look like it changed much. Change is sometimes a hard thing, and not necessarily all change is good change, right? If you go to a depression, well, like I did, or suffering, or near mortal head wound like I did, it's not easy. Sometimes you emerge stronger from a near fatal, near mortal wound, or perhaps even stranger. Perhaps stranger. Or like me, you acquire. Acquired savant syndrome. Acquired savant syndrome. So back to 2019, as yours truly was alarmed by what had transpired up to that point in time, namely the US-China trade war. It began by the Trump administration imposing tariffs of billions, hundreds of billions of dollars, 666 tariffs on more than 665. $665 billion worth of goods from China. China retaliated, of course. The arrest of Meng Wanzhou by Canadian authorities, who is the chief financial officer. Meng Wanzhou, aka Kathy Meng, is the chief financial officer and daughter of Huawei. Huawei, who had overtaken Apple and Samsung to become the biggest telecommunications smartphone equipment maker. I'm gonna be crossing through another park here in my old neighborhood. Gonna be marching towards the mountain, although I'm gonna just take it roundabout. But that way, since I see some kids playing in the park there in the dark, and you don't wanna fear much. And so yours truly, 2019, created the workout to go hand in hand with the World War III scenario based on what had transpired in my World War III scenario, which in a nearly paradoxical providential way resembles the COVID-19 health and financial crises. And another paradox, and a providential paradox, is that in my scenario, which began in 2019 October, when the first session of the General War Integrated Body Training System began, in the parallel timeline of me doing the workouts, of which I've done 213 up to that moment in time, today, August 25, 2021. So a few more to go. 300 minus 213 is about 87 exactly. So when I've created it back in 2019, I created it to go hand in hand with World War III scenario, which was a nice van. Back in 2019, the first session of my performing the General War Integrated Body Training System was October 17, 2019, and got documented proof. You can check. You can document. Check, docs, whatever. Check the information. I said in a parallel life, science, innovation, and technology would have been a path, but diverged. Unless my future self in that parallel timeline has entered this one. Then I don't know, but the fact remains that as a student scholar of history, world civilizations, independent security analyst and theorist, and paradoxically world peace advocate, in 2019 I'd taken in and analyzed the political situation on a global scale, and in my heart and mind, I said, well, we are on a path to World War III. I said, we, humanity, Western civilization, North America, mostly North America, because of course the US-China trade war, the arrest of Meng Wanzhou by Canadian authorities to honor an extradition treaty with the USA, triggered the subsequent arrest of the two Canadian nationals, Michael Spavor and Michael Colvard, which triggered a political crisis between Canada and China, which is ongoing and in past days, weeks and months has escalated even further. There's my old shopping street. Lots of affordable places here. It's called Victoria Street. V-I-C-T-O-R-I-A, Victoria. Named after Queen Victoria. At the corner of Queen Victoria and now I'm heading south. Corner of Victoria and I'm not sure, I'm gonna have to cross on the other side, I guess, to figure it out. Can see in the dark, see in the dark, see in the dark. De la Petite, de la Patrie. I guess we'll check the next street. Nonetheless, I'm on Victoria heading south now. If somebody's tracking from my iPhone, anywhere I am. So going on Victoria, seems to be some work being done here. My fellow brothers and sisters working in construction, wherever I roam these streets, I usually ask, what is being done, what is being built? Or how, or what materials, or where the equipment comes from, because I'm curious and I support integration. We should know more about all aspects of making a society and a civilization function. Though since 1984, economic inequality, when we have billionaires, remind you that we have people who are billionaire. A billion is 1,000 million. As a few years ago, some students at McGill University were in finance. I blessed them and I said, I hope you're gonna go to work for BlackRock, and they didn't know. I said, who? What? So unless you're in finance, and I'm just a schmuck and financially struggling, knowing a little bit about nothing. But I do know that we should limit interest to 10% and not have more than 10% interest rates on anything. But mortgages, student loans, credit cards, by principle, the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Empire, 10%. De facto, no more, even less. or no more, maximum 10%. So now my old neighborhood, this is St. Catherine, Côte St. Catherine, and Victoria and Côte St. Catherine. Victoria and Côte St. Catherine. Victoria and Côte St. Catherine. Good place to shop. A lot of diversity, and the prices are the best for fruits, for legumes, for vegetables, even for food. Good food, especially this restaurant since 1984 or 1989, which unfortunately cannot afford to eat a good meal tonight. But that stated, got rent is paid. Rent is paid. Rent is paid, and got food to survive until February 1st, which is the deadline to clean my room, office, and temple. A bit of dance cleaning. Now a bit of dance cleaning. Still very hot. 9:19 p.m. EST. I'll actually thrive in this heat. I don't mind it. Just need to hydrate. Drink lots of water. Stay hydrated and should be okay. Continuing the march, gonna be round about the mountain. Now I'm heading on Victoria, heading south. We'll turn on Queen Mary I'm still in my old neighborhood, CDN Côte de Neige. So back to the birth of the paradoxical, providential, parallel birth of the dancing goddess and the dragon emperor, which are one empire under the sun and the stars on earth, for world peace, international justice, global freedom, while securing the three elements of civilization: food, housing, and transport for all. In 2019 October, alarmed by what was transpiring in the world, analyzing the situation, geopolitical situation, I said that we are on a path to war with China, and indeed a trade war. And I said it on record. If I would have been Xi Jinping, the leader of China, I would have taken that as an act of economic, financial, and commercial war, which of course Xi Jinping, the leader of China, did. And that's why of course China retaliated and put tariffs on imports from the US. Now, I'm a universal revolutionary centrist. Not a fascist, not a communist. The one born Adrian H. Dragan, being reborn during this COVID. Adrian, Hannah, Dragan, keep my holy divine sacred name out of your mouths if it's not for a blessing. My allies and armies be blessed. My aim to be able to do millions of marching steps, millions of squats, millions of dancing moves. Millions of push-ups, millions of kisses, rubs, tickles, millions of hawks, millions of marching steps. I founded the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Empire and the Phoenix People's Party, the anti-war, anti-poverty, anti-racism, pro-love, universal, revolutionary centrist party, calling on all willingly living to support the mission, vision, and philosophy thereof, securing freedom. By securing the three elements of civilization: food, housing, and transport. Once we have those three secured, we can encourage people to work out, train, volunteer, exercise, do community work, and socially encourage and reward them thereof. Now I've just turned on Queen Mary. So now I'm heading east on Queen Mary. Cool streets. Dragon Army streets. Cool streets. In public I want to see people working out, training, exercising, loving it. We must secure and ensure that people in public who want to socially be distanced from others 2 meters for XYZ reasons, if not vaccinated, although I encourage all to get vaccinated. I had COVID before mass testing was available, back in the end of January until about February 20th. Was seriously ill, sick and diseased. It was like pestilence, death and disease. Many ways did die. So many ways did die during COVID. Now as I'm passing through Queen Mary, heavily, densely populated, and imagining that we gotta secure these buildings. See, they're big, well, not that big, but 3, 4, 5-story building, residential buildings. That need to be secured. Food, housing, and transport. Just here in this radius, it's hundreds of people's living. How many are late on their rent? How much debt? Much food insecurity there is. I don't know, but I'm sure there is some. So with the Dragan army on the march, officially called International Citizen Integrated Social Security Force. Well, integrated in there'll be the Dragan army, is which yours truly, Dragan Zero, is the founder thereof, is modeled as I've envisioned in my scenario, paradoxically. Resembles COVID health and financial situation crisis. It's modeled just as envisioned in my scenario, mobilizing 1% of citizenry. From NATO member countries, North Atlantic Treaty Organization member countries. One percent of adult population, that is. 1% of citizenry, adult population, citizens, integrating them, assimilating, absorbing all existing public and private security forces of Canada, US, NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization member nation countries. Absorbing, creating the new institution officially titled International Citizen Integrated Social Security Force, to have also the purpose of security, crime prevention, combating the enemies of freedom. No man is worthy to fight for freedom. Even my tiny hands, yeah, I got tiny hands, tiny feet, tiny dick. Now that we got out of the way, that's a clit. Got it blessed. I'm androgynous, pansexual for my allies, armies, love, kiss, hug, kiss of that action. Body, holy, pleasure, purpose. Man is worthy to fight in the greater cause of freedom, unless than himself, of course, has tempered those ores, has accepted his so-called weaknesses and put them in the light. Past mistakes, I have done many. I haven't banned or blocked not even one person on social media yet. Not even one. I'm probably not gonna ban, but keep my holy name out of your mouths if it's not for a blessing. Want to discuss the ideas, discuss them. How do X, Y, Z, blah, 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 woof, woof, woof. Dogs, they got barks, they can bark somewhere else. It's not easy, this thing we call freedom, is it? As much as I love to get dirty, we gotta get royal back lofty. Get dirty, but get back clean, hygiene, see? Open carry disinfectant because we carry microbes, germs, disease, just like I learned sexual freedom, liberation has now come, and the dancing goddess and the dragon army. For my allies, free bunks, free bunks, free bunks, free love, policy. There's your allegiance, legions. And in the cause of freedom, you gotta be insured, secure in freedom. I was thinking of my situation. Let's say XYZ, you know. I've been on these streets, mean, struggle, poverty, depression. Now I was working out, training, exercising. Blood, sweat, and tears and will healing. Although I do about 10,000 to the Royal Bank of Canada, the RBC, and about minus 499.50 cents at the bank. Besides my friend, teacher, the one I love and call sister, who adds the fourth dimension to that trinity. I owe nobody nothing. It's hard to admit. Hard to admit these things. These things we call freedom. We do wear masks, don't we? In the night and during the day. Those hidden fears, hidden lusts, hidden desires, we don't admit to no one. How many people you think are really bisexual like me? Much more many than admitted or openly in the public. And I understand my struggle has been hard. Sexual liberation and hygiene during sexuality is like contraceptives. Should be easily available. And that's why, of course, housing, food, and transport, and encourage people to love, exercise, work out, take care of the body, give pleasure in the body. And if transport, private transport is available, of course, the citizens, allies, supporters, subjects of the dragon, that's Goddess Empire, be easily to move around. They want to leave a place, they can leave within a few weeks, travel somewhere else, secure quarters. Dragon army say, pop, want to move a few kilometers away, smaller city, pop, got food, housing secured in all the rural, urban places. Alright, sexual freedom. I'm a Scorpio, so I'm trouble. There's a lion child in me, though. Leo kid, hyperactive child. So easy to move about. We want to go and travel. Of course, with the system easy, secured. Well, to do art, exercise, write, create, and of course, free love with consent. Like I said, I'm not perfect. I've perhaps said as a youth growing up, as a young adult, perhaps even recently made comments unwanted, perhaps I found harassing or etc, 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 the sexual nature to men and women. Don't know, psychologically how we interpret things, sometimes it's not obvious. Communications, our character's natures differs. No need gossip. Gossip will not bring you anything, probably make things worse. Sometimes better to be straightforward and direct. As much as I'm philosophical thinker, write pages of mystic philosophical poetry and prose and theory, sometimes best be straightforward and direct. Apologies. Adrian H. Dragan died during COVID. Adrian Hana Dragan. I've been putting online since that's a zero, owe you nothing. Perhaps got hit by a black sword, acquired Savage syndrome acquired. I have memory blanks, some memory blanks, some memory blanks. I remember some things. Some things forget. I do want to love and be loved and love. Love, of course, is a beautiful four-letter word that needs to be, of course, understood. And LOV also requires action. Because you say to somebody you love, 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 and it's only blah, blah, blah. Well, I can't eat blah, blah, blah. As long as I love songs of love and well, can't eat, give me moaning pleasure. A little bit of start rapping. I'm not gonna start rapping yet. If anybody willingly loving to commission a Dragan rap, Priestess Hana Chan, do so. Still waiting for that first donation. My YouTube channel, Raw Real Revolutionary. I was happy that they got one of the first positive comments. I got a lot of negative anti-Semitic or that you're fat, you're this and that. I know, when I posted my videos, they're still there. My videos are unedited, raw, real revolutionary. Said a lot of stupid things. I made many mistakes, like I said. I have made comments of that offended people. I get offended, I get triggered, I might hear blackened. Imagine myself a Queen of Spades. Freedom and love. If it'd be up to me, get a job position of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragan Empire, besides being the Androgynous founder, pansexual founder, and captain, general captain, be the 9 to 5 lover, just kiss and wash all day. Because although we have this high technological, look at these buildings, these are thousands of people here just in this tree. Alright. So of course back to the origins. Start rapping. Ready? Pool streets, motherfucking Dragan army, we wear red, bitch. We the new race, we the free. We don't get dirty but get clean, cause we be royal and lofty. Gonna ask you to marry me, put them on their knees, bitch, like on a leash strip. I don't own nobody's shit, and they ain't an inch. Nah, I'm not talking about dicks. I'm talking about heart and passion, trick, bitch lips. Fuck 'em on trips, licks, kiss. I'm the best rapper of 2021, licks. Dragon streets, I've been mean upon the years on these mean hard block shit. If they gossip about me, I hope they say die of pestilence, bitch. I'll make it far worse than COVID is. Keep my sacred and divine name out of your mouth, bitch. Shit, I didn't tell straightforward like it is direct, bitch. I done got scarred, got tatted out, got bled hard, yeah, say what, bitch. Yep, I done suck dick and I like to suck it. I done go both ways, black to rainbow, cause it's fun trip. Shit, triple putting on some techno lip. On the vibes like common rainbow pride, bitch, in Tel Aviv. So I love to make those bitches squirt on the shit. Telegram with teleporting satellites, kid. Oof. We don't waste the Taliban, I don't play that shit. There's trillions reinvest, Dragon army, dancing goddess lips. Give us free burgers and to eat them, make massage and love bitch. They way too selfish, they say they got billionaires, bitch. Shit, I ain't got no money for the studio, but God is blessed. Kiss trillion fold, trillion steps, trillion push-ups, lips. Forward, free as a bitch. This is how I like to live my mane out like a lion, dragon at the night. It's the best freestyle, and you know that's right. Marching like I'm vomiting, rapping like they vomiting. I say what they say, yep. Oof. I don't like them dogs, baby, barking way too much. Well, we don't compare me to any rapper, they ain't survived half as I have, bunch. Tatted up, gonna bleed from this like I did. Shit. And I fought demons, that's for some real kid, Shit. Just admitted in the same sentence, bitch. Shit. Fear in our hearts sometimes make us lose grip. Ain't the same, but I died so many times, kid. See, 3 hit songs, chorus in between. Dragon streets, Boo streets, Dragon army, streets, push, kid, push. Look at this building. Tall building, how many stories? A few stories. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, about 18. How's the name? Hill Park Apartments. How much capacity do you think? It looks like it's barely 2/3 in it. 2/3 occupation. How many people you think they laid on their rent? Food security debt. How much debt you think there is in that? People have debt. My debt is $10,000 plus 499.50 cents at the bank. Interest is low. The interest that I pay is about 9% or so. 8.75. And I got a lot of seconds. 42. Heat wave march. Yes, you heard me. in the rap lyrics that I'm proposing for world peace. I'm proposing for world peace. Marriage proposal to Kanye West for world peace. I got some very creative ideas. We're gonna marry world tour. Dragan marries Kanye, and it's gonna be like this. It's gonna be not monogamous, because obviously I'm pansexual and free love, dancing goddess, dragon, army giving. So now that proposing to Kanye West to marry me for world peace. I'm still gonna sing those lyrics at the wedding, because I'm still challenging Donald Trump to a boxing match on the Canadian-US border for world peace because of those tariffs imposed on Canadian aluminum and steel. I'm a Canadian multi-ethnic rainbow dragon. Nobody's born a dragon. You become one through will, blood, sweat, and tears, and doing the general war integrated whole body training system, aka the 300 workout. And so if I go through there, I'm going to be cutting through the richest, most affluent, financially, not necessarily in talent or merit, neighborhood in Hawk Island, formerly known as Montreal. Not necessarily, some of it is second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, even eighth generation inherited. Some of it is nouveau riche, but I'm just going to keep moving forward. Queen Mary, and we're gonna go to our Sherbrooke. Oh my god, wait. So if I would have taken, sometimes I do, you can check my other videos, the other one's gonna be posted tomorrow. Belvedere. See? Belvedere. I will do some squat hawks here though. There's been a few. I felt that one. That's the barracks. Canadian Army barracks. Too bad there's nothing red on it. Want to see a red dragon. With some rainbow, a rainbow, a red dragon, a rainbow, and the sun and the moon and stars and children dancing around about it. Because the anthem of the dancing goddess and the dragon empire will be no singing, no lyrics. Will be music, melodies, mixed, fused. Something that's similar to some Kanye West music, some classical Beethoven, Mozart, Amadeus music, and some Beyonce has song there with Girls Run the World, Girls. My favorite video of all time, one of my top 3 videos of all time, that was being Run the World, Run This Town by Jay-Z, Rihanna, and Kanye West a few years back. Girls Run the World. And Kanye West songs. So a mixture, a fuse, even some techno trance. 93 seconds, something short and sweet, and 11 seconds, 13 of each classic techno, rap, rock melodies together, not at the same time, of course. It'll be beautiful, fine, harmonious. And there's no lyrics, there's no official singing, but it's gonna be children from age 3 to age 14, 15, 16. Children laughing, loving and playing. That will be the anthem of the dancing goddess. The dancing goddess and the dragon army. The empire, that is, of the dancing goddess and the dragon empire, Phoenix People's Party. Motto of the dancing goddess army is all ALL. Oh, there's a star. Few stars. Of course, the stars goddess, infinite space, infinite stars above. Isis kisses the little sister who dances with her brother the sun, whose hairs are the trees here. And motto, the dancing goddess army is all ALL fruits, vegetables and legumes are made, created and produced by the dance of the goddess with her brother the sun. Even that black coffee bean which I drank earlier comes from a red berry. Comes from a red berry. That's the motto of the Dancing Goddess Army. All fruits, vegetables, and legumes are made, created, and produced by the dance of the goddess with her brother the sun, whom our brothers and sisters harvest for us to make, build, maintain, or upgrade civilization. For us to build, maintain, or upgrade civilization. That is the motto of the Dancing Goddess Empire, the army of the Dancing Goddess. All fruits, vegetables, and legumes are made, created, and produced by the dance of the goddess with her brother sun. Now I've turned, I'm heading west again, and I'm in Westmount on a boulevard called Belvedere. Actually, it's called the Boulevard, the Boulevard, crossing through parts of Westmount, middle part of Westmount. That's the parallel upper, middle, lower. I was gonna take the lower, but changed my mind. And so as the Dancing Goddess motto is all fruits, vegetables, and legumes are made, created, and produced by the dance of the goddess with her brother sun. All the fruits, vegetables, and legumes are made, created, and produced by the dance or the goddess with her brother sun. All fruits, vegetables, and legumes, even those back in ancient Egypt, which were harvested by our brothers and sisters back then, and when our ancestors and us reincarnated, with the wheat, grapes, pomegranates. Grapes is yours truly's favorite fruit. So those were harvested for us back then too, and harvested by brothers and sisters to build those pyramids, mysterious pyramids which yours truly reveals unto thee that they're not just tombs but temples of initiation. I said a joke and I will say it again. I take permission since my grandmother's words, well, part of Ashkenazi heritage, that I said a joke in a past life in the 1930s when I was a Jewess, half Jewess. I was working in a cabaret, was an entertainer, sex worker. I believe sex work should be legalized, legalizing most drugs too. Intersection of the Boulevard and Mount Pleasant. Nice name, Mount Pleasant. See in Westmount. It's one of the most, although it's more affluent way to go up there. and down is going less, but here's the middle, sort of like middle west, not all those $1 million houses right here. So the upper you go on that side, more financially affluent it becomes, not necessarily by talent or merit. Like I said, some is second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh generation inherited wealth. Some is new for rich, merit, talent, innovation, entrepreneurship. Anyways, back to the jokes. So in the 1930s, so half Jewish woman, half German, paradoxically, was working in Berlin in a cabaret in 1932, before the Nazis got into power, because they kicked us out there and they banned us. They said we are degenerate art producers and cultural degeneracy and something like that, they said. And some people felt about rock, right, of this 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 1984 rock and rock, hard metal, trash, rock, punk, whatever. Was in the 90s, and now rap, hip-hop being so popular, some feel the same way. But like I said, freedom is a double-edged sword. You get offended. I'm not perfect. You gotta be sensitive sometimes culturally, and people get triggered and gotta understand, but you know. Anyways, so back to the reincarnation. Half Jewish, entertainer, sex worker. It was 1932, Berlin. Was wearing a red scarlet hat, feathers, and black, beautiful garments. And at the table I was serving a rabbi. This was during the day, so this was not at night when this was during the day when the restaurant was open and when the cafe was open, but at night it became inside a cabaret and adult entertainment with sex work and what have you. Adult entertainment, weekend. But during the weekdays it was a cafe where people could have a little bit of schnitzel and some food, cafe food, drinks. So this was during the day. And so it was 1932 or so. So I was serving a rabbi was serving a Aleister Crowley, a world's greatest living poet by the name of Aleister Crowley. Oh, there's a skunks just crossed my path. Beautiful, they're beautiful, beautiful, divine, beautiful creatures. Black and white. There's all the myths, legends concerning them. They don't strike that often. People fear them for nothing, but only if you go towards them and they feel that instinct that you're going to harm them, but they don't just spray you if you're getting close. Anyways, oh, it's a nice breeze now. So we're serving the rabbi. We're serving Aleister Crowley, a priest, and somebody else. I guess it was sort of a seeker of spirituality, mystic, and they were discussing, and I overheard the conversation. And they were discussing the Exodus from Egypt. Let it be known that I'm a student scholar of Jewish civilization, and as a mystic level of what we call the Torah, the Bible, that it's not literal or XYZ, but I have my, as a universal spiritual teaching student, my simple beliefs, and I believe in the divinity of mankind and nature, her manifestations, and the sun, and the stars, and mankind, I guess, in different ways. I believe in the justice, right, the morality, ethics. Not perfect, far from it. Sometimes I get upset over nothing, I get triggered. I have a lower self. My universal spiritual teachings consist of a psycho-spiritual physio. So basically mind, body, and spirit are psychological, spiritual, and physical dimensions, like a trinity of self. The lower, the medium, or intermediary, and the higher aspect of self. And with that trinity, there's the lowest of the low and the highest of the high, which sometimes we are afoot in those, but most of us oscillate in the middle. And to reach the highest will be to be a lot of selfless, but not necessarily without financial success or in a position of power necessarily. It's just that there's a lower selfish side more that we're sometimes loath to admit, right? To admit that we feel these things that we feel in our hearts, that we deal with: hatreds, hidden lusts, fears, right? Prejudices, superstitions, certain symbols, right? That's why Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Empire are non-sectarian, inviting all willingly loving to the mission of world peace, international justice, by securing global freedom. Beautiful 3 white Jeeps, I guess they were. At least that's what they look like. So back to the reincarnation story, which includes a joke. Offensive trigger warning might trigger offend somebody. So back in 1932, yours truly, Adrian H. Dragan, being reborn, Adrian Hanna Dragan in a past life, half Jewish, as am today, born half Jewish, of Holocaust surviving great-grandparents. 1932, he was in Berlin somewhere. It was 1932. Was serving something to eat or a drink or something like that, and was serving a drink. something to eat to the Rabbi Aleister Crowley, the poet. A priest and somebody else. So it was serving them. And there it is. See? Tick, 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 tick. Fat skunks. Beautiful divine black and white there. There he goes, Stinky. Things we fear. The Scorpio I like. Spiders, snakes, all those creeping creatures of the night. Lady of the night, wearing scarlet, wearing all black. Ugh. Things we don't admit, huh? So 1932 in Berlin, serving the aforementioned Rabbi Aleister Crowley, the poet, the mystic world's greatest ever poet, and a Christian priest and somebody else. And overheard him a discussion debating Judaism, Christianity, Aleister Crowley's folly. Love is the law, live on the will, do what thou wilt shall be the whole order law. Simple. And overheard them discussing, and at one point saying, well, it says here that with Moses, if we take the little interpretation, well, it said that it overthrew all the gods of Egypt. The gods of Egypt were destroyed in the Exodus, the song by the sea, and I started laughing. And they stopped and said, why are you laughing? I said, I couldn't control myself laughing. And the holy whore that I was and still am, probably. And And they asked, why are you laughing? I said, well, because we said all the gods of Egypt were destroyed in Moses' Exodus. And so I started laughing. I said, well, if that's true, I said, that's a lie. So that's a lie. And I said, a lie? How come? It says the gods of Egypt were destroyed. I said, well, okay, maybe some of them. I said in that past life, but not all of them, not the chief one. And the rabbi Crowley and the Christian said, the chief one, which one, you said? And I pointed with the finger, doing a dance move, laughingly opening my palms to receive the rays of the king, the sun, and said, well, not the chief one. Ra, ra, ra. So not the chief one. And indeed, not the chief one. I said, yeah, but what are you, okay, that might be true, but why are you laughing? I said, well, because if what you said would have been true, then Moses, well, he would have tried to ascend the mountain, would have tripped on his stick, and he wouldn't have been able to see to carve the tablets. And then Alistair Crowley said, I told you, I've been telling you since 1904. And I was perplexed, and I let him be, and some made a complaint. They complained it was offensive, but I said to the owner, and the owner said, well, I can't fire her because Hannah was my name back then too. Hannah's dance is the top dancer in Berlin and the whole the world. People come to see her every Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. I was dancing 3 nights a week, and a few days in between, on and on, was serving during the day food, mostly during the weekdays, and dancing at night. But Alistair Crowley, the poet, he came later to see me dance, and he defended me and said to the owner, listen, you have a great dancer, she's great, I love her, and say, oh, you know, but the other 3, they complained against her, said it was offensive what she said about Moses stripping on the stick. If it wouldn't have been an honest Crowley. Well, she said what he said was a joke. I laughed crazy, probably gonna laugh until for years to come on that joke. And it's true, Moses would have tripped on his stick if all the gods of Egypt would have been destroyed in the Exodus, especially the chief one, Ra. And then the guy said, well, you know, I'm not observant, but I'm also a quarter Jew, the owner said. And said, interestingly enough, from what I remember, there's a Ra in the Torah, which is the official name of the Bible in Hebrew, right? There's a Ra in the Torah, right? And a mystic discussion, they came, and I don't know what else was said, but I couldn't fire me in that past life because of so back to today, this universal revolutionary centrist say that I believe people on just allegations and assumptions, and give all people the benefit of the doubt, second, third chances, best not gossip, best love and explain and ask for explanation and questions, of course. And Sometimes it's best to be straightforward and direct, and freedom with a little humor. And sexual liberation is not easy. I'm not 100% free myself, got issues, and sometimes tiny issues. I'm so pissed off. Can't afford a massage. Didn't even get one donation, one commission of a video to make a dancing video, workout video, public or private, sponsor at the moment in time. Maybe by midnight tonight, get that first PayPal $1 from somewhere in San Francisco. Here you go, Dragan. Well, past incarnation story aside, it's not that cool. Thought it was gonna be cooler night, but still probably 28 or so, although was a breeze for a few minutes, not anymore. Yours truly still on the march. 10 more minutes at 3 hours. This will be, of course, interrupted, and I'm about 25 to 37, perhaps 38, perhaps 38, perhaps 38 minutes away from headquarters, my underground room off Sun Temple. As I'm marching. Goddess of infinite space, infinite stars, stars in my heart. Oh, bless me, trillion steps, trillions of push-ups, trillions of hawks, trillions of squats from the god Ra, starlight, trillions of kisses of the goddess who dances with bird of the sun. And she will dance after I'm gone, Adrian H. Born Dragon, becoming Adrian Hana Dragon, yours truly androgynous pansexual, founder of the dancing goddess and the Dragon Empire. And the Phoenix People's Party for world peace, international security, global freedom, attaining harmony between civilization and nature by securing the three elements of civilization: food, housing, and transport. This is what this march is all about. For years I've been marching, struggling. This Hakata Montreal, learning books. In the past life, science, innovation, and technology would have been a path, albeit diverged. Maybe a future time machine, something, my parallel scientific innovation and technology life. Growing up, perhaps in Germany, and moving to Israel as a young man. Communicating timelines. Emotions, feelings matter. Logic, mathematics, the divine feminine, divine masculine, balance and harmony, and a new world order. We have those private and public partnership, and teaching the children of the dancing goddess and the Dragon Empire and the Phoenix to love, and teaching them in the art of love, that the body is a divine, holy, sacred temple of purpose and pleasure, to be enjoyed and to be appreciated, I guess. Appreciated. And of course, understanding. One's natures inclinations, characteristics, experiences. There's a place that I never did. Probably the last. There's only a few minutes left. Felt those, gotta say. Sometimes I'm pissed off I can't afford a massage. Imagine that. So I do have a lower aspect. I wish I could afford a massage once a week. There's the South Montreal, see? Oh, the moon was full during the weekend, so now it's diminishing. A few more minutes, and at 3 hours the video automatically stops. So I'm gonna go a little bit of rant first. Recapitulate. I'm asking Kanye West to marry me for world peace. Dragan Zero marries Kanye West. Do BDSM, Switch. I can play Switch for world peace. Do a lot of good loving art and marry Kanye West for world peace. I'm still gonna rap at our wedding. Dragon's fists will make Trumpo's nose grow like Pinocchio, yo. Calling all willingly loving to join yours truly, Adrian Hannah Dragan, who died during COVID, born Adrian H. Dragan. Yours truly, Androgynous pansexual founder, all willingly loving to create a new world order of world peace, international justice, and global freedom by securing the three elements of civilization: food, housing, and transport for all. Via public-private partnership, creating the global central bank by debt refusing all public and private debt, creating the global central bank to issue a universal unit of exchange by biometrics. The hand, the voice, and the eye are unique biometrics, taking the number of the existing public and private debt, whatever it is, in the trillions. Take that number in US dollars for allies, the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Empire and the Phoenix People's Party, the anti-war, anti-poverty, anti-racism, pro-love, universal revolutionary centrist party, non-sectarian, to secure food, housing, and transport for all. The 21st century new covenant for a public-private new concordium cooperative covenant of harmony and equilibrium and balanced between collective freedom and individual responsibilities, and vice versa, individual freedom and collective responsibilities. The Dragan army, nobody is born a dragon. Willingly loving, even those NATO member, if you're a general, 5-star, 4-star, 3-star lieutenant, you got to be able to do the general war integrated all body training system, aka the 300, in order to be eligible to be member of the Dragan army. All ALL orders given by yours truly, Dragan 02D Dragan army, must be obeyed. An order will be given but to secure food, housing, and transport for all via a public-private partnership. And yours truly to dance, organize mass dancing events by the International Integrated Dance League, Dancing Goddess Army. Yours truly, Adrian, Dragan. Keep my holy, sacred, and divine name out of your mouth. If it's not for blessing, to the rest blessings.